Okay, guys, welcome to another Monday night of Grubb Cast. Looks like everything's going good here. Got a few people on already. Going to be a pretty good show tonight. Got a couple things that I'm going to be using my phone for to look at. But okay, Matt, thanks. So first off, let's get the sponsors in for the night. Fish Sticks Rods, Hook and Donkeys, Sanborn Builders, Ace Hardware, Hobbs Roofing, Pizza Stop, Southern High Sanitation, and Williams and Son Construction. And don't forget, guys, starting in November, I'll start doing a thing for Pizza Stop, giving a gift away some Monday night, but you got to have a receipt for to show me. Send me a receipt, and I'll be giving something away throughout the month of November. I'll do it November, December, and January, and February, probably even March. So, Hook and Donkeys has got the debate tonight for Hook and Donkeys for the trivia question. Is a 4.6 worm, green pumpkin, purple, orange haze. This is the worm itself. You can't really see it the greatest, but it's got some orange in it and some purple. Sharp looking 4.6-inch worm. Yeah, thanks, Matt. I was the first loser. But I couldn't get a couple spots I couldn't get to. Water was way down. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk about last call had an open this last weekend down at Fork and Run. And first place was Wesley Sanders. He had one fish, and it was big bass and first place at 5.03. Second place was 2.11 with John and Brian Rose. Last Wednesday night at Fox Lake, Roger Mullins won with one fish, just a little over a pound. So, guys, we still got two more Wednesday nights that we're going to be fishing. So, anybody wants to get out there and try their luck at Fox Lake? It's been a brutal lake this fall, but it'll turn on. It'll snap. So I wanted to see here. I think I got it. Yes. Brian Rose had put out the schedule for next year for the last call for 2025. And I was going to go ahead and read the schedule off to you guys tonight. I'll read it off a couple times. Before we get to that, let's go ahead and let me do this other one first. The Red Storm University Rio Grande Fishing Club is having an open on Gallipolis this Saturday. It is registration is 6 to 7. Start time is safe light, and it is at the Gallipolis City Park ramp. So anybody wants to go down and fish a tournament on the river this weekend, it's $100 entry fee, and that includes big bass. It's an $80 payout, 80% payback. I'm sorry. And they're if they get 30 boats, they're going to guarantee first place is $1,200 if they get 30 boats. If you got any questions, get a hold of Tom Sutton. If you need his number, get a hold of me, and I'll give you his number. So that's this Saturday at Gallipolis. Now, the schedule for next year for schedule for next year for Last Call Bassmasters. March 30th, Lake Rupert. April 13th, Wolf Run. And he posted the other day that he's got his permits. So these are all going to be the real deal. So April 27th, Dow Lake. May 4th, Racine, Ohio River. May 18th, Lake Hope. June 1st, Fox Lake. June 15th, Vito Lake. June 29th, Beverly, Muskingum River. July 13th, Fork and Run. July 27th, Dow Lake. August 10th, Burr Oak, Lake Dock 1. August 24th, Belpre. September 7th, Wolf Run. September 21st, Reedsville, Ohio River. And September 28th will be the championship of a $100 entry fee for Salt Fork. And you have to fish 8 tournaments to qualify for the tournament for the championship. Entries will be $45 per tournament. All tournaments are safe light till noon. So he's got a pretty good schedule set up for next year. Okay, got the red storm out of it. Okay. Well, we might as well go ahead and talk about the Classic. Hey, Dean Hill. Okay. This weekend, our club had our Classic up to Lake Erie and Sandusky Bay. We was locked in the bay. We always do it in the bay to make it fair for everybody that's fishing in the club. We got some small boats and stuff. Dan Mullins, Tony, 2020 River Rats Classic is set for October 4th and 5th out of Cold Grove Ramp. So mark it on your calendar. So October 4th and 5th. Okay, Dean. Dean. I will do that. And remind me, and I'll keep announcing it for you guys so you know. We'll get it out there. Okay. On day one at our Classic this weekend up to Sandusky Bay, first place on day one and Big Bass. He had Big Bass of 3.70 for day one. We done 2-day Big Bass and then an overall Big Bass. It was Bo Nishamore, and he had 14.52. He come in with a really good sack on day one. Second place was John McKenzie. He had 13.09. Third place for day one was Derek Downs with 12.4. Fourth place was me with 12.07. And fifth place was Donnie Phillips with 11.04. That's as far as I'm going to go down 5 places. And then day two, day two's weight, guys, really changed a lot. A lot of people's weights went way down. Day two, first place, Bo had 13.41. I had 13.45. Donnie had 2.03. And John McKenzie had 9.49. And Derek Downs had 3.52. That was the top 5 places. So, and Derek had 3.52 for Big Bass for day two. Total weight for the weekend was let's see, we'll start with fifth place. Fifth place was Derek Downs with 15.92. Fourth place was Jake Gunsinger. He come back on day 2, and he had 16.35. So he had a really good comeback on. Well, he had 10 pounds and then he had 5 pounds. But like I said, on day 2, our weights really dropped, or some people's weights dropped. Third place was John McKenzie with 22.58. Second place was me with 25.52. And first place was Bo Nishimura with 27.93. Yeah, it was a good tournament. And I'll tell you guys, I learned something very, very important Sunday. And that's, win, lose, draw, whatever. It all comes down to learning something. And it's I want to thank a very dear friend of mine. She's been really supportive of me here lately. And at 11 o'clock, we was fishing until 2:30 on Sunday. At 11 o'clock, I didn't have a fish in the boat. I hadn't caught a keeper. I'd caught a couple short fish. I started about probably 8 o'clock, 8:30, running around the bay, hitting spots that I knew. And I just wasn't catching anything. So I was like, well, go back to where you started on day 1. So I went back to where I started on day 1. I caught 2 more short fish. And I'm like, man, I'm going to fool around. I'm going to blank this tournament on day 2. About 10:45, I was like, I go back and look at the back of this pocket, see if there's fish in there. Because Bo was in the same pocket I was in. He was fishing the exact same pocket. So I idled around him and I started back in. And it was a mud bank. Nothing on it. Just mud. They would still had just been freshly digging on it. And I picked the spinnerbait up because I was like, I got to cover water to catch fish. And within probably 8 minutes, I lost a real nice fish in the net. I caught about a 3.5 pounder. And then I caught another keeper and 2 short fish. And I was like, huh. So I kept fishing that for just a little bit. And then I was like, well, I know another spot. Let's run to it. So I run to another spot. Now, this had rocks on it and deep water. And I threw the spinnerbait a little bit. And I was like, it's too deep of water for this spinnerbait. So I picked up the little beaver style bait that I'd been throwing the last couple of weeks up there. Flipped in, set the hook. Pretty decent fish, come off right at the boat. I'm like, oh, here we go. Fished around a little bit longer, set the hook, caught one. It was over, well, it was 3.31. Then I caught another keeper shortly after that there. So that gave me 4 fish. And I kept telling myself all along, no matter what the day goes, because day 1, right at the ramp, I caught 2 keepers on day 1 right at the end of the day. Now, mind you, on day 1, I had probably at least 10 keepers. On day 2, by 1:45, I'd only caught 4 keepers, or 3 keepers. Or no, 4 keepers. 4 keepers. So I was like, well, run back to the ramp. You got about 45 minutes to fish there, and you should be able to pick up a keeper. So I went back to the ramp, started down the bank at the ramp. Wasn't probably 10 minutes, caught my 5th fish. I was like, okay, there's 5 fish. Thank goodness. And I knew I had a pretty good sack. But then I was like, well, I want to hurry up and get down in this corner because there's about probably 10 minutes left in the tournament. I'm like, I want to get down this corner because me and Josh had caught a keeper in there in the run and gun. So I'm going on the high on my trolling motor, and I pick spinnerbait up and make a cast. Bang, there's a fish. Boat's going 100-mile-an-hour forward, and I'm trying to chase the fish in the back of the boat and drag it to the net. But luckily, I was able to get it in the net, get it in the boat, and that gave me. I got to call out that first short fish that I caught. It had black spots all over it. I said it's tattooed up, so I got to call it out and put that fish in my bag. So it turned out to be a real good day. But long story short is, don't ever. I sound like Mike Ike and Alley, but don't ever give up. It can change in a matter of minutes. At 11 o'clock, I was ready to load the boat up and go home. But I didn't give up, kept my head down, kept fishing. And, like I said, she always tells me, just keep doing it. Don't get in your head. Just let it go. And that's exactly it. I just kept fishing and it all turned around. So guys, just when you're out there, just because you ain't got fish 2 hours before the tournament's over, don't quit. They'll bite. If not, it wasn't meant to be. But we had a really good time up there. We had chili at the house, and we have a good time at the club. We had 13 guys fishing, actually 14. Tom Gould brought my dad up, drove my dad up, and we let him fun fish with Dad because he drove Dad up. And we hung out. We got up in the morning. A few of us went up and had breakfast, and just hung out and had a good weekend. And I'm looking forward to next year, the club getting stuff started and going. And guys, if anybody wants to get in the club, we'll always take members. We had 28 or 29 members this year, and 13 of them qualified to be able to fish the Classic. So hoping next year we get a few more people in there, and we'll have a good time. But and also, guys, I'm going to start. I've been saying this, but November, because the fishing tournaments are about over. If I can get the results for this tournament coming up this weekend down at Gallipolis, I'll announce them. There is a his and her tournament at Alum Creek. The Ohio Youth Bass Nation kids are putting that one on Sunday. And I think it's 8 safe light or 8 o'clock till, hold on a second, I'll tell you. I got a picture of it. But that tournament is his and her, so it has to be your partner you have to be a male and a female fishing that one. That sounds like a fun tournament. I'm gonna go up and fish it, I think. Well, I thought I had a picture of it. I know I do somewhere because I sent it to. Bear with me, guys. There it is. I guess it's the New Galena ramp, and it's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday, the 27th. And $50 entry fee per team. And proceeds go to benefit the Ohio Bass Nation Youth Fishing Program. And I guess there's going to be a cookout after the weigh-in. So I think that'll be a fun little tournament. It won't be a bunch of guys stacking up a team to go up there. I mean, they caught them this weekend up there. They caught, I think I seen on Facebook, it was like 23 or 24 pounds of smallmouth on Saturday. Rusty, I always learn something, especially if I hang out with you. I learn a lot with you. Rusty's going to teach me how to catch saw guy here before long. We're going to start doing a little saw guy fishing with this cold weather. Try to catch some saw guy. But I started to. I'm going to have starting November. I'm going to have people on. I've seen how to. Ain't that the truth, Rusty? I'm going to have start having people on. I'm going to have guests on. I done a little test run the other day. Me and John Campbell tried it out, and it may take a couple times of doing it for it to work out the best, but we'll figure it out. I got a pretty good loyal following group of people, and they'll bear with me. If we all make mistakes every day. So if I make a mistake on here, it is what it is. So, but while we got a few people on here, we'll go ahead and do the trivia question. Now, this is going to be a little different, guys. Listen to what I'm saying when I read it. Okay. What year and what county, not state, what county was Ranger Boats founded? What year and what county was Ranger Boats founded? What county and what year was Ranger Boats founded? You got her, John. John Welch. 1968 in Marion County. Marion County. Clifton, Arkansas. In Marion County in 1968, Ranger Boats was founded by Forrest Lee Woods and Nana. I got to personally meet them before he passed away. I don't know if she's still alive or not, but I've got to meet them actually a couple times at a couple of different Bassmaster Classics, and he always had that big cowboy hat on, like he had in 1968 when he was starting this stuff. He always had the big old cowboy hat on. You always could tell when Forrest Wood was around because he had the big old cowboy hat on. John, I've got your address. I'll have to dig it up, and I will get them baits in the mail to you. So, guys, and then for something you guys want me to talk about or get a guest on or whatever, just let me know. Message me, text me, whatever, and I'll do what I can do because this is, like I said last weekend, this is therapeutic for me too, and I just enjoy getting on here on Monday nights and giving you guys some information and just talking fishing, because now we're coming to the time of year that the fishing's going to really slow down. I think George Carr is still running some Muskingum River tournaments. I need to check with him and find out. Okay, John Welch is looking for a boat. He said, come across a nice 19 to 21 foot boat. He says he's in the market. Well, John, I'm going to have one in the market for sale for long. Maybe I've got to do some shopping myself, but if it comes about, mine will be for sale probably within the next 2 months, probably. I've got to get down and do some talking. So, but if anybody's got a 19 to 20 foot boat, I think it was a smaller boat, but I seen that George Carr posted John a Stratus on there, but I think it was only a 17-foot boat. But it looked like a really nice boat in nice shape. So, but if you're interested in the boat, my boat, when I let it go, it's going with all the 5 drafts and the forward facing sonar, the 360, all that stuff's going on it. So, and I'm going to sell it right. I mean, it is a used boat. It's got some, it's got some scratches and dings in it. But the sad part is when I buy a new boat, I'm gonna take a lot. I'm gonna be a lot more careful with it. But I'm still going to use it as a boat. I mean, I'm still going to drag it through the mud, deep water or shallow water, because that's the kind of fisherman I am. So, yeah, I seen that, Dean. Jeremy Reese and Alex Redwine both have their boats for sale. If you go on Facebook and look up Jeremy Reese or Alex Redwine, I know Jeremy's is a PHX 21 foot, and I think it's a 2023. Now, Alex is a 23 too. So anybody, looking for one of those, I'm going to have to go through probably a dealership, Dean, when I buy me a different one. Hey, Tracy. There's Tracy from Maryland. But yeah, guys, been about 30 minutes. I'm getting ready to go up and warm up some chili left over from the weekend. And sit back and relax a little bit. I'm going to have to get some firewood cut. The house is starting to get cold. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Monday night, 8 o'clock. And like I said, starting November, we'll be giving a gift away, some kind of lure. If you show a receipt of Lucky's, or not Lucky's, Pizza Stop. I ain't done that in a long time, and I just done it tonight. Pizza Stop, and I'll pick the Monday night it's going to be. It ain't like I'm just going to set a night and do it. It's going to be a Monday night. I'll pick it, and we'll give a bait away each month with that. And we will, and I'm going to start getting some guests on here to chat a little bit, but we're still keeping it 30 to 45 minutes at the longest. So I don't want to, Monday nights, guys want to relax, and girls, they don't want to sit and watch me on computer all night. So, okay. Dean says bye. So that means I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks again.